time the NFL is becoming more of a passing league than ever before. Puts pressure on you on a Sunday. So first of all, tell us about that, and then obviously we'll get into some show and tell.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of deceiving though. The NFL is, I mean, the number of passes have gone up, but a lot of what they're doing is using like the short intermittent passing game to kind of supplement the run game. So your attempts are more, but it's kind of skewed from the aspect that not all pass attempts you can actually get there. So you got to find other ways to make a play. So, but I mean, sacking the quarterback has become such a premier play, and you know, right and deep left defensive ends, and then guys that can get the quarterback have become upper echelon type players because it's such game changing. I mean, to lose anywhere from 10 plus yards and possibly a turnover, it really has an impact on the drive. I think there's some weird statistic that when you get a sack in the drive, like the majority, 90% of them lead to a punt or something like that. So, you know, there's been more emphasis on getting the quarterback just because there's been more emphasis on the quarterback making plays downfield.
We've locked Ramon away in the back room so that he can't see.
I don't go against him.
He can't see any of your moves. Do you want to show us some of the things that you do to get to a quarterback? We can have some volunteers.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You guys want volunteers or bag work? You guys want to be a part of this?
Yeah, let's have volunteers.
Let's
get more people. Who hasn't been up yet? Let's have your hands from the Lions. There's one there, gentlemen.
It doesn't matter what position you play.
You haven't been up yet. Come on.
We're going to get all scientific and weird. It's just
How many do you need? Is 2 enough? Can you beat up 2 of them?
Oh yeah. Not a big deal. Blow your guys' mind like how hard this is. So, yeah, so basically, I mean, my philosophy for playing football is, and by the way, I'm not just a pass defender. I love playing the run because smacking people's heads is great. But first things first, it's very simple. It's your stance and your start. You can't, as a football player in any position, you have to have a solid stance and you have to know how to get off the ball. And if you can't line up on sides, then it's all for naught. So, you know, first and foremost, you want to get a good staggered stance, get all your weight on your hand. I know, you know, in youth football back in the day, they used to teach us that you could knock your hand out. I don't know if you guys ever heard about that, right? You don't want too much pressure in your hand. That's a crock. All your weight on your hand. Get it forward. You want to be going forward. So I can show you guys a good stance. You basically kind of go feet shoulder width apart, get a good little stagger. I play on the right side, so I always get a left-handed stance. Get a little more, get your stance, you know, get down, and yeah, that's not bad over there. See, I put my hand on my knee. Every coach will tell you that's absolutely wrong, but oh well.
117 seconds.
Yeah, so you know, that's not. But you want something comfortable, like it's just a little bit longer of a sprinter stance like that. So when that ball snaps, you can get up. You guys get up. Great job. I thought I was going to have to show you guys how to do it, but give my hand. The second stage of this process is obviously getting off the ball, right? So snap can, really quarterback. You know, I'll tell people this. The reason I'm hardly ever offside is I don't watch the ball. 99.9% of all quarterbacks ask for the ball when they want to go. So I watch the quarterback's hand, when his hand drops, I go. I just got to have a step on the offensive tackle. Now the good ones like Peyton Manning will do this and screws you all up. See him at the Pro Bowl, he throws him in the pool. Trust me, 5 Pro Bowls, not 4 or 5. So once you get off the ball, you know, you always hear this term, you gotta know what you gotta have your preset moves. Well, that's a farce too, because you don't know what the offensive tackle is going to give you, right? So what we call block recognition, and this is the most important thing in football for my position, is there's only 4 blocks I can possibly get. I can get a base block, which means he's going to come directly at me. So this would be a base block. That's going to be a run. I can get a kick out block or a reach block, right? He's going to go this way. That's probably going to be a run outside, right? Or I can get a cutoff block. He's going to go that way. I'm going away, or there's something coming back. Or he's going to give me a pass block, which he's going to set back, right? So he's going to set back, and now this is where the fun starts, right? So now that I've got off the ball, I know what he's going to do. Now I go into my process, and it's called reading on the run, right? Because you don't want to have a set move, because if I say I'm going to speed rush him, and he jumps me, well, he just won, right? And now, if I say I'm going to go inside, well, he sits heavy on the inside. I got it. So I want to read on the run. I want to have a process of how I'm going to get to the quarterback. And that starts with a contact point. So So after I get off, I want to be angled in. You have a width issue and a depth issue, right? So lady, earmuffs it. Guys, I want to put this area towards the quarterback all the time. The quarterback's in there. So when I come off. So you always want, you sack the quarterback with your feet. That's another term I use all the time. Not with your hands. You got to get your feet where the quarterback is. So I always get a good angle in. And now it's what I call a set line rush. As he kicks back, he's over the top of me now. So now, I'm going to go inside hand here. And now he has to punch his hand. He has to stop that foot. Otherwise, he's going to get knocked down. And I'm going to chop there and go to the quarterback. Now, in that same process, I'm on that same line. If he sits heavy on my inside here, and let's say he shoots his hands, now I just triangulate his, I got him pinned here. He can't recover, so I'm going to flip my hips, which always keep this area to the quarterback, right? And now if he doesn't let go with this hand, his elbow's going to snap. So I win, right? See how this whole process, it's all with the same steps. You always take the same step. So now if I come back and go back, kick back far, and he bails and he's so soft, now I'm going to hit him right in his neck. I'm going to take him right on top of the quarterback. And I'm going to laugh at him like I did on the film. So, that's the process of pass rushing, and really it all starts with a get off and recognizing the block reaction and reacting to the block that you're getting. And you know, in the pass rush game, then hand stuff comes into play. Like if he's going to shoot his hands, you know, you can double swipe, you can, you know, in, out, chop, flip, all that stuff. You can, just for example, say he doesn't shoot his hands. Let's say he's just a vertical setter, what we call an angle A setter, which is straight back. Angle B would be on a diagonal, right? So if he sets straight back, now how am I going to get to the quarterback? The quarterback's in there, I got to get in there. You got a guard sitting right there, so inside is kind of taken. So I need to get him to stop this foot within my contact zone, which I've established was on my third step. So I attack him, I shoot here. Now he has to respect that. If he keeps going back, I'll go under. So he's going to plant that foot, and he's going to shoot this arm. There's just no way around it. Flip the hips, and we're right back to where we started. Get your hips flipped and go to the quarterback. And again, vice versa. If he kicks back and he doesn't shoot that arm, you just clear here like we did at the beginning, and you're right there. So it's really only, it's just a process, and the end result is always the same, me sacking the quarterback. So, but it's really, it starts with your stance, your start, and then block recognition, because depending on what he gives you, depending on what move I'm gonna get. And I would tell the young kids, don't ever try to learn a bunch of moves. If you're a spinner, spin, right? If you're not, like for me, I'm a leveraging technique all the way. I will hand fight you, and then if I get stuck, we'll try to go speed to power, and you know, very rarely the offensive lineman wins, so it's all right. But yeah, so just have that process, know who you are, develop that process, stance, start, block reaction, and then you learn your hand blocks off of that, and it's that easy.